well, 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 well. It is Saturday night, and it is spaghetti carbonara on the menu. Gonna have a little asparagus along with that. I'm also gonna make another cucumber salad just because I can. And of course a fresh pasta to go with that. And I'm gonna start off with making some creme brulee. So that's what that is. Hello Doug, Shaun. Hope you folks have had a good night. Anybody in the room?
Ronald.
Ronald. Good evening, Ronald. Hope you had a good week. I am just going to get right at it.
Miguel and Natalie.
Natalie on break.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to start with this creme brulee. It's going to take a little bit of time to cool down, and I don't want it, it doesn't have to be cold necessarily, but I don't want it hot either.
Joshua's here also.
Josh, good evening, man. All right, so what am I doing here? Got some eggs, and I got some yolks. Well, that's what this one's for. All right, I'm just gonna separate some eggs real quick here. It's gonna take 3 of these nice big yolks. Oh, come on now. There we go. There's one of them. Couple more now. Hope everybody had a good week. It's been a semi-productive week. I'm starting the prep work for the next project while finishing up my roof extension. So the roof extension itself is done. Just a little bit of after work on that. Spent the day today gluing and pegging wood together. All right. I think I'll leave it back here. Okay. So I want to get this whisked up with some sugar. Let me go to my friendly note here to remember for sure that I don't put in too much because it won't work right and it won't taste right. Okay.
Joshua said he worked for some overtime today at work.
Oh, nice. Nothing wrong with overtime. I mean, they get you a little more on the taxes, but it does help the old paycheck. Okay.
Lisa's here.
Lisa, good
Funky Food
evening.
with Dave.
Dave. Hi, Dave. Welcome, sir. I am just getting, or Paula, Dave and Paula, since I don't know for sure. But I'm just getting my creme brulee started here. Need a cup of heavy cream.
Ronald said happy Saturday.
Arnold?
Ronald.
Oh, Ronald. Yes, happy Saturday. All right, just a little bit more. Come on now. All right, that'll work. I don't know where that finger's been. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. All right. And to this, I'm going to add a little bit of the old vanilla. Get about a teaspoon and a half in there. Teaspoon and a half. All right. That looks good. Got enough left for my coffee. What did I do with the lid? Right there. Perfect. All right.
Dave and Paula said, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great evening.
It's not too bad of an evening here. We just got another little rain. Now the Colorado Department of Transportation doesn't necessarily need any more rain around here.
No.
They have enough problems as it is, but because on the same stretch of highway, along with the rock slide that we've had a week or so ago, and the road completely washing out. I mean, it's really washed out now. It's probably from the top of the pavement to where the water's rushing is probably close to 50 feet now.
Yep.
I mean, it's really, really cutting its way through. But also, the rain also took out about 60 feet of guardrail on the side of this one road. The whole hill just kind of slumped down right next to the highway. So a bunch of guardrail went away. All right. So I'm just going to mix these together here really quick. Sugar and egg yolks. It'll take a minute. It'll take a minute. Then as soon as I get this put together and in the oven, I'll start get the pasta itself made. It'll have to rest for a few minutes. So while that's resting, I'll cut the asparagus and get it steaming. It's a little thick. The asparagus is kind of thick this time, so I'm going to give them a little longer steam time, I think. Looking good.
The cat just came in.
Oh, the cat just came in. Uh-oh.
Polly wants to chase her.
Yep. Cat came in. Polly wants to chase her.
Polly?
The oven's hot. That's good. Let me get
No.
some water going. Polly, you leave that poor kitty alone. Missy is a sick kitty, and there's not really a lot we can do for her. So, with that said, just let her be, and she probably isn't going to last a whole lot longer. But
Polly?
the dogs just insist on playing with her. What the heck am I doing here? I've lost myself.
Emmanuel's here?
Manuel, good evening, sir. So what are you guys having for dinner? I'm having spaghetti carbonara with asparagus and a cucumber salad. How about you guys? I talked to my brother earlier. He said he was having roast beef, pot roast with carrots and onions and stuff. I guess some leftovers. So potatoes and whatnot.
Steak.
Sounds good.
You got steak.
Okay.
Oh.
I want this just at boiling, but not boiling. That looks just about right. We'll set that aside. All right. And I'm going to set that aside. That's got to cool down just for a couple of minutes. So let me get the pasta mixed up really quick here.
Dave said he made broiled scallops with a blueberry glaze.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I like scallops. I definitely like scallops. If they're done right, of course. Like a lot of seafood, if you overdo it, it's it's not always that great.
Eli's here. What did I miss?
Hey, Eli.
And John.
John, hey guys.
John's having chicken enchiladas.
Chicken enchiladas.
Steve Russell's here.
Steve Russell, hey guys. Welcome, welcome. I am getting the pasta ready for, it's not spaghetti carbonara without spaghetti, is it? So, let me get some. Okay, I guess technically it's going to be angel hair, but it still works. All right. So what did you miss? Well, not much. I just got the cream and vanilla and egg yolk and sugar mixtures ready to go for some creme brulee. And that's about it, really. Just getting this here pasta.
Arnold and Andrea are here.
Arnold and Andrea. Well, hi guys. Welcome. Let me give myself just.
Eli wants to know, when is the next Upchuck wagon review?
Upchuck, there will never ever be another Upchuck wagon review. One and only. To get a burger that rated 0 points. That was just awful. For those of you that have maybe not been watching the burger series I've been doing with my friend Arthur. Last week's burger was terrible. Well, I guess this week's burger, depending on, for you guys this week's, for me last week. It was really some pretty bad stuff.
Dave said if you like scallops, you should have some Rocky Mountain oysters with a blueberry glaze.
No.
And Don's here. Hi,
Don?
Tom and Mrs. Old Guy. Don here. Got an internet signal here in the mountains, so I thought I would say hello.
Well, I'm glad you did.
I'm making a copycat version of Pioneer Chicken. Janice would know.
Oh, cool. Well, that sounds delicious. All right, there's that pasta. Next up, what did I do with my bag? I had a.
Oh.
Did I throw it away?
I thought you set it over there somewhere.
I did sit it over there, but I saw it sitting there and thought it was just some trash, so I threw it away. All right.
Dave said the burger video series is great stuff.
It's fun. It is fun. If nothing else, it gives me a good excuse to go eat a burger. Not that I need an excuse, but now I have one.
Steve Russell said, go to show you that you can serve baby poop at a restaurant and people will still buy it. You have to try to be bad at food and people will buy it.
Well, the gal that ran the place, told her, we threw those burgers in the trash. They were terrible. And she didn't act like she cared one little bit.
No, not at all.
So I'm disputing the charge on my card. And we'll see about that. All right, so got a couple of ramekins here with a little dab of butter in there.
I said I really want to visit Durango, Colorado.
Durango's a cool town. There's a lot of cool mountain towns. Durango's one of them.
Yep.
Silverton is another really cool town. All right. Crème Brulee. Action. I'm going to wipe my hands off again. It's a busy sink night. Busy sink night. They happen sometimes. Okay. And a little bit of sugar. Not a whole lot, just enough to coat those sides. We'll see how well I did, if it's enough to do both or not. Round and round the sugar goes. How much it'll cover, nobody knows. Looks like that one did okay. up a little bit more. Come on now. Woohoo! Maybe a teaspoon left. Okay, good deal. I'm going to check the temp on this cream. Still pretty warm, but I think I'll be all right. Alright, so start whisking this in here. Since I don't have a heavy enough bowl to hold still. Woohoo! Alrighty. Fill these cups. It'll make two really nice ones. They'll take a little longer to bake, just because they're so deep. Normally, a creme brulee is, you know, way that thin. Almost.
Eli says, have you been back to Hungry Bird lately?
Yeah, we went there last week. As a matter of fact. Alright, a little boiling water. Into the oven. Into the oven. Alright, set that timer for a magic 35 minutes. That's just to give it a check. Come on. That'll work. That will work. Alright, got a little bit of a wipe up to do.
Dave says, not sure if I've ever asked you this. Have you ever had haggis? And if so, did you like it? Thinking about doing a haggis video, as we love it.
Who asked that?
Dave.
Dave, I do like haggis. It's been a really long time since I've had real haggis, since I was in the UK when I was stationed in Germany. So I've only had real haggis like a couple of times. I've had, what do they call it here? It's a version of that here. Scrapple. I'm not sure what the difference is. Some of the ingredients I think are different with the scrapple, but it's about the same thing. So yeah, scrap. It's okay. I don't know about much other than that. You know, it's okay.
Eli says, what does the water do?
What does the water do for the creme brulee?
Yep.
It helps cook it a lot more evenly, and it's a baked custard. So you just want the moisture around it, like same thing with doing a cheesecake. If you can do it in a water bath, it's always better. But not required. But something like this, as long as it's got a bake, yeah. I don't want the sides to get too hot. The water helps kind of keep everything kind of evenly temperatured. So.
Dawn says, Tom, if you put turbinado sugar on the top after they are done and torch them, you can give it a caramelized.
I know that. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of sugar. I'm just going to have to use table sugar, but yeah, I intended to. I've got my little torch here. I'm definitely going to brulee them.
Arnold says he's down to try haggis.
Aye. But you gotta wear a kilt.
Dave says scrapple is awesome, and I think the difference is scrapple is pig parts, I think.
Right, and I think haggis is sheep. Sheep eaters. Mrs. Old Guy's not a fan.
No. Eli says, I know nothing about baking.
Okay, let's get these in there. Since they're a little bit thicker, I'm getting them going now, and I can always turn them down a little bit later. Let me get rid of these over here. Just kind of set them aside right there. Okay, now we'll get this salad made real quick. Try to move right along here. All right, so yeah, it was nice to have the rain. I know they don't need it down the road. I mean, the river is raging, but we're trying to get our grass to fill in again. After last year, it was a really dry year, so we had a week where we couldn't water the lawn. And we also had 2 batches of puppies over the course of the spring and the summer.
Yeah.
And between them and the dogs, they got these pills or like chew tabs you can give the dogs that makes their pee not burn the grass. But it was useless to give it to Chumley because I couldn't give it to Polly when she was nursing. So we're starting kind of from scratch, but we got all kinds of new grass coming up. So I'm what do I want to say? Hopeful.
Yep.
That it'll all grow in again here real soon.
Arnold said no problem
All right.
about wearing a kilt.
All right.
Don says, and haggis is baked in a sheep's stomach.
Right. It is. And I think maybe that's where the U.S. has their problems with it. I know it's some kind of issue with the ingredients is why you won't find real haggis here. But all right, what do I do with my little salad thing? Right there. Yep. You know what? Let's do that.
Eli said we had a whole 5 minutes of rain the other day.
What's that?
Eli said that they had a whole 5 minutes of rain the other day.
And wow. That must be some kind of record breaker for you. This has been a really wet spring here, and it's kind of nice for a change. Instead of the frying hot, immediate, like from winter to summer, like real quick. No water. This year is looking much better for that. All right.
Eli said lungs, I believe, wasn't allowed here.
What?
Lungs, I believe, wasn't
Lungs.
allowed here.
Okay. That could be it indeed. Will be. All right. I'll get this sliced and into the bowl. I don't mind having a little bit of extra. It'll still be good tomorrow for lunch. Next 2 Saturdays, there will be no stream, sorry to say. But over the Memorial weekend, Miss Old Guy and I are celebrating 30 years. And so we got a party that we're actually going to be, the actual date is the 29th, which is Monday. So we'll be spending the weekend preparing the stuff we're going to have a big barbecue party for the town. So got guys coming up to play some music and stuff like that. It should be fun, but no stream next weekend or the weekend after. All right.
Arnold said it rained for about 36 hours straight here in town at the beginning of the week. Grass is nice and green.
Yeah, I bet.
Steve Russell says, that is horrible.
What's
about, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Eli said congrats. He says I look forward to this.
All right. Here we go. A little bit more. Fine.
Shaun said congratulations to you both. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'll never forget the day we were married. It's not that I haven't tried.
Funny guy.
Yeah, you'll see how funny. Okay, I'm just going to dice a little bit of this up to go into that carbonara.
Dave says congrats, enjoy your day, and here's to many more.
Thanks.
Oh, and Steve said that the 2 weeks off is what he was talking about.
Ah, yes.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, one more. Just want a little bit more of that onion in there. Good enough. Good enough. All right. Almost. A little bit of white balsamic. Absolutely love this stuff. Little shake of dill weed. Come on. There we go. Fixing to throw in some of this pepper here. Peppercorns, I'm going to need it for my carbonara as well, so might as well do a fair amount. Nice. That'll work. Only want to put a pinch of salt. Bing. A little bit of sugar. Just a little bit, not a ton. Just like maybe a teaspoon or so. All right. Can I reach in here? Table's in the way. Uh-oh. All right. I'm gonna do what I do every time. Try and take over the world. All right, let's get this mixed up. Get in there. Get that mixed. Come on now. A little bit bigger of a bowl would have been nice, but. All right, here we go.
Don said him and his wife celebrated 34 years this month.
Oh, happy anniversary to you guys too. Okay.
Eli said I hacked my first live stream hangout the other day. It was fun. Too fun, lol.
Live stream hangout? On your stream?
He had one, yes. Oh. He had his first live stream hangout.
Well, I didn't know you were going to do that.
Dave said congrats to Dawn.
Let me know, Eli, next time you're going to do one. Yeah. Put some kind of like little live stream notice up on your page so I'll get notified. I'd like to join you. All right. That's looking good. still. This has got to mellow for another few minutes, and then I'll get ready for finishing off dinner. The last part, doing the pancetta and kind of getting that part ready to go shouldn't be much of a deal. Did I? I need a bowl. Yeah. Sorry, folks. I just kind of think ahead a little bit here, and I try to pull out all the necessary items. But
Dave said I have thought about doing a live stream as well, but not sure what to talk about.
Dave, I understand what you mean. When I decided to do a live stream, I thought about it for a little while, and I thought, well, I'm going to do fried foods and use my fryer. And I had a fryer cam, so you could look at the fryer while I was talking. And that lasted for about, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks or something.
Not very long.
Not very long at all. And before it, I had a couple of live streams outside, and on the night that it was supposed to be outside, it rained, so I moved it in here, and it's been here ever since. So that's like going on close to 2 years now.
Yeah.
And now that I've been doing it for a while, I kind of settled into the routine. So, yeah, man, you'll find your niche. What your thing is, and folks will come watch you. I'm sure of it. Let's turn that down a little bit.
Eli said it turned out to be more of a virtual bar hangout, not really family friendly, although.
Oh.
Might do it once a month, but after the stream goes down, it will be private.
Gotcha.
Don says, I remember that. That was awesome. Or it was awesome.
What was awesome?
What were you just talking about?
Huh?
What were you just talking about?
I don't know. My brain doesn't work past about 30 seconds.
Oh, maybe your fryer.
Oh,
Live
you
stream.
doing the fryer live stream thing?
Crazy Food Crew's here. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Tim. Salute. Nate, if he's with you. Oh, wild man. Oh, man. It's been a week, I'll tell you. I'm a little tired. I've been spending the last few days prepping wood to kind of rebuild this gazebo thing I attempted half-heartedly about 3 years ago, and so it's time for it to no longer be a little skeleton and actually put together. So I buy all my timber, all my materials from a local lumber mill, which is really nice. If I want a 2x4, I get a 2x4. And but the only bummer part about all of it is it's just rough cut timber. So everything's got a, if I had a planer, it would be easier, but I don't. So it's a belt sander. They all get sanded most of the time. Sometimes, depending on the application, I don't bother sanding it. So, but it's fortunate that it's here, because it makes these projects a lot more affordable than going to Home Depot and paying their prices for.
Don was talking about the fried foods. And Eli said, I remember the overhead fryer cam.
Yep. The fabulous, fantastic Farberware fryer.
Don remembers that too.
Yep. Back in the good old days. You know, I think out of those fryer ones that I did, my absolute favorite one was the deep fried ribs.
Yep.
That one was really good.
Yeah, it was. That was.
Did them 3 different ways, and there wasn't a way that I didn't like. Yeah, they were really something special. I really enjoyed that. Good stuff.
Arnold says, I want to go to the mill with you.
You want to go to the mill with me, huh? Well, I don't know if I'll have anything to go for when you come up, but... And let's see, they're not open on Sundays, and I know for sure they're not going to be open on Memorial Day, which is Monday, so I don't know how long you're planning on staying, but you want to stay till Tuesday, Wednesday, well, then I can, we can go down to the mill. Or we could go to the mill on Monday, but there wouldn't be anybody there. Couldn't go in. You could kind of look through the window.
Dave says he's got 8 months till retirement. And Crazy Food Crew says, Dave, I bet you can't wait, my friend. If I could retire tomorrow, I would.
8 months. That's awesome, Dave.
Don said he found your channel from Val's channel.
I'm glad you did, Don. Val's a great guy. I can't wait to meet him in person. The last time we went to California, or actually the last 2 times we went to California. I missed him in 2019. And then I missed him again in 2021.
Yep.
So I'm hoping if we get to go this year that that we're able to meet up. I gotta meet the guy that I parodied.
Arnold says, like a lost young child. Arnold did.
Arnold is a lost young child? I don't know where that comes from.
Arnold said, like a
lost young
because
child.
I want to go to the mill.
Oh, he just wants to. Okay. I just want to go. All right. Well, I can arrange that. We can just go, and you can
check it out from the highway.
Yeah, check it out from the highway. We can probably pull in up to the gate thing. Yeah, up to the chain. But you really wouldn't see much, just a bunch of pile of wood.
Yep.
But, well, thank you. You want me to stop you by McDonald's too and get you an ice cream cone?
Scott says, hey Tom and Mrs. Old Guy in chat. Hope you all are doing well. Just got done with training. We learned how to use the giant water cannon on top of the engine. We are all soaked. LOL. It was a fun day.
Oh, well, welcome, Scott. It does sound like fun, I guess. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that glad that your training is going well, and that you find parts of it actually pretty fun to do. So that's good. You learn better that way when you enjoy it. Or at least I do.
Don said, yeah, he lives in Santa Monica, California, I believe. Val. And Arnold said, Auntie is the smartest in the room. Well, I'm not sure about that, Arnold.
Okay, well, that's going to be close to coming out here. Now, the one thing about around here, there's not a lot of places to go for a selection of Italian meats. You just can't find like capicola or prosciutto. It's hard to find, and if you do find it, it's in packages just like this. They're super expensive, and just a couple of ounces is like, there's no such thing as a decent deli around here anywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Where I can get some, maybe thick slice so I can cut it into some cubes. It would have been nice, but hey, who am I to complain? All right, let me get just a little bit of olive oil in here. Maybe a half a tablespoon. Just a little bit. I'm going to get warm, and I'm going to keep this red onion kind of off to one side. I'm going to fry this prosciutto a little bit. Yeah, they give you this resealable thing like you need it. It's like a 3-ounce pack. What are you saving it for?
Don said yeah, but I'm not real sure what he's talking about. And Crazy Food Crew said that they tried to go live today for a snack fest, but they had so much trouble with it, nothing worked, so we just had to give up.
I saw that you did that. As a matter of fact, I got a notification. I was out in my carport working on this piece for my gazebo, and my phone kind of chimed, so I looked at it and I saw that you were live. So it's like, huh. So I finished up real quick what I was doing and thought, I'll take a break, and went in to see you. But yeah, it said it was X amount of time ago or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's too bad. So I'm sorry it didn't work for you. Would have been nice if it did.
I told him that he suggests StreamYard.
StreamYard. I've never had a problem streaming with YouTube, except for like a couple of times. Once these guys came in and hacked me, and that wasn't fun.
No.
But and then another time when my camera gave out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've never really had a problem, except for maybe with my computer. But really nothing as far as from the YouTube end. But YardStream is definitely the way to go if you want multiple people, on your live stream. Like for instance, when the George and Pudgy episode coming up, that'll be a live stream, so I'll definitely have to use that service, YardStream, to do that. But it's going to be fun. Looking forward to that.
Don said, yeah, where we live, there are no stores, just a few mom and pop markets, and the prices are high on what they have.
We're kind of lucky that there's a chain grocery store that's about 22 miles away. That's the closest. There's a independently owned grocery store about 10 miles away. But yeah, some of the things there are just
too expensive.
Way too expensive. And it's a town that has like organic vegetable fields and trees and all natural hogs and chickens and all that. So the town folk go for that expensive organic stuff, and that makes it even harder to shop there.
Yep.
I mean, they got some I guess off-brand stuff. Like I think it's called Best Western.
Yeah,
Real cheap, real questionable quality. A nice little cook to these here, just enough to kind of crisp them up a little bit. That looks good. We'll call that piece good. And then it's going to keep going here. We've got 6 minutes left before I check the creme brulee. Or the custard. I'm making custard. Creme brulee. Oh, you mean custard? White sauce? Oh, you mean country gravy? Onions are looking good. So get diced up and tossed into the mixture. It'll be in the mix.
Don said the nearest major store to them is 25 miles, so they try to stock up for the month.
Yep, I hear you. We try to do that. In some ways we do really well. Another time, not. Like, I'll be trying to get something ready for, let's say, a Saturday live stream. And we'll go to the store and we'll get what we're getting. I'll get all the way home and I'll realize, I forgot to get whatever it was. And of course the store that's gonna carry it isn't the one that's closer, Yeah, I've made that trip 2-3 times in a day. That's also if we want to go to the hardware store too.
Yep. Get
the wrong size bolts or whatever, and you got to go back. It's 40-mile round trip, 2-3 times. Not a project, hey, you got to go to the store 2-3 times. That's looking good. Onions are looking okay. Yummy, yummy. Let that crisp for just another second there. Okay. Get these onions out.
Don said, been there, done that.
All right. Bingo. Let's get this in some water. That'll work. 3 minutes. We'll see. I hope it's done in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give this a quick little slice and dice here. Spaghetti carbonara.
I don't think I've ever had.
Nope.
Nope.
I think the last time I had it was in California, back in the early 80s. All right, that's really going to be good. All right, let me get, was it 2 or 3? I think just 2. Guess I'm gonna do 3 since I left half of that in the bowl. Jeez. Okay. Let's get that out of my way. Get this out of my way too. It's an eggy night. Lots of eggs. Okie doke.
Eli says I have about 12 to 15 Reaper plants. I hope I can get them all to grow pods. That's a lot of hot sauce.
Yeah, it is. It's something that, yeah. I'm not so keen on is that super hot stuff. I like I'll use ghost pepper, but the amount that I put in really wouldn't equal much more than maybe habanero heat. And just don't I don't go for that hot stuff too much. I can't.
Wild Man wants to know if you will ever go back to the upchuck wagon.
No. No more upchuck wagon for this guy. That was absolutely the worst burger ever.
It was.
I could tell that the burger itself was a frozen patty, that the meat was spoiled when they froze it. Then it got freezer burned and it had just almost encased in frost. So when after they cooked it, the outside was done, but the inside was still really, really pink and just running with that nasty, disgusting frost that had melted and was in the burger. I don't know, you guys couldn't really see it on the video, but when I tipped my burger, it poured about a quarter cup of this really disgusting juice all over my trousers. And it's like, oh my God. Okay, how are we looking here?
Scott said, when I used to live in Napa, it was so nice you could get any meat or vegetable you wanted. Wasn't cheap though.
No, I bet not. Okay, so these are going to be okay. I believe I just gotta set that down and carefully get those out of there and onto something that I can get them transferred into something cool.
Don says, hopefully we'll be able to view your live stream more often. Supposedly we're going to get Wi-Fi fiber soon.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Steve said the fact that the owner didn't care goes to show that she absolutely deserves to fail.
Yeah, you know, I can't say though she's an owner, but she was definitely the one that was the only one that was there. So if she was just an employee, well, maybe the owner will see that. And also, at the end of the video, when we were eating that free burger, the place that was having their grand opening celebration, the people that own the place, and that I told them, yeah, boy, we just came from the lousiest burger ever, and told them where, and that's where they live in that town. So I'm, you know, you never know. Word might get around.
It might.
At least to the right ears. You know.
Crazy Food Crew says that's horrible. How could someone be okay with serving that?
Well, yeah, I know. I don't get it either.
Well, and I seen her when she was building them. She kind of drained some liquid off of it before she put it on the hamburger bun.
She didn't do enough.
Nope, she didn't at all.
I took 3 bites. Arthur took 3 bites. Mrs. Old Guy took a little nip of just the hamburger patty and threw it all in the trash. Absolutely disgusting. So it's definitely not a place I recommend ever. Okay, come on.
Travis M. Hey, hope you're doing well. Just got out of the pool.
Well, Travis, good evening. Just kind of putting stuff together here for the carbonara.
Alter Rock Girl, are you using a blowtorch for the cream brulees? Cream brulee tops.
I certainly am. And welcome.
Lisa says that's not right.
What's not right?
About the hamburgers.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not right at all. That's why I'm disputing the charge. And, we'll just have to kind of have to see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Till then. All right. I'm going to be off camera for just a second. I got to get these brulees, or the crème, custards. Need something cold.
Don says no board of health to inspect that place.
Beautiful. What's that?
Don said no board of health to inspect that place.
Well, I'm sure there is, and I'm sure at one point or other the health inspector was there, but
Yeah.
everybody knows that. How often really is a health inspector going to show up? They got tons of restaurants to go to, and only so much time in the day. You'd be lucky if you see a health inspector every year or 2.
Rock, is that awesome? That you're using your torch.
Aha! Well, yes, it wouldn't be creme brulee without the brulee. Okay, let me see how this tastes here. Cucumber salad going to be good. Okay, that's set for a little while. I guess I can get ready to string out a little bit of pasta. What do you think? I am ready as well.
That asparagus smells really good.
It does. I should give it a test just to see where I'm at with it. El Forco, whatever that is. Oh, that's good. Shut that off. Slide it over. Good to go. Slide this up. Front and center. Shut this up. A little water to cook that there pasta. Okay. Probably gonna need a little bit of the white stuff. Roll this baby out. Good. Spaghetti carbonara. Yep, that's the only thing about living where we do is, and it's really even just this side of the state of Colorado too. There's just a lot of things that they don't have here that they do on the other side of the state. It took a little while to get used to that.
Yeah. But we like it better here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. is a true statement, that. Water's boiling, that's a good start. Oh, Mrs. Old Guy.
Sorry.
If I had a half of a brain, I would be absolutely dangerous.
What did you do?
Well, I should have kept that pan that I cooked the pancetta in, because I'm going to need it to toss the pasta along with everything else.
Don
That's okay.
wants to know what brand of pasta roller you have.
Dahlia. Dalia. It's it's this one particular model is made in Italy. I must have the short handle. I've got two handles for this thing. One is just a little bit longer than the other. The shorter one kind of knocks on the C-clamp. I'm sure you could hear. Okay. Here we go. Keep running that baby. Woohoo! Very nice. A couple more times and we'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you know? Stop knocking. Okay. Last time through, folks. Woo!
Scott says, I just got some sushi. I can't wait to chow down.
Sushi. That's not a dish that I've I really care for, I guess. There are different types of sushi, I'm aware of that, but I'm just not a fan of the fishy ones, which are like probably most of them.
Yeah, I don't care for it either.
Okay. Looking good. Yep. Such is waste.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is. That's okay. There's been a lot worse tragedies than that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alright, let's cut the pasta, shall we? Little angel here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Nice. Let it go now.
Scott says, I love fried sushi. I have a California combo variety. So you your basic sushi. Definitely took me a while to like it.
Yeah, I just, yeah. I never have been a huge fish fan anyway, so.
And Don says, I'm surprised that Janice is not with us.
Yeah, Janice goes to a lot of festivals and stuff, so she doesn't make it a lot, and that's okay. That's okay. She comes when she can.
Yeah.
All right. Get this out of the way. Come on now.
Do you like fish and chips?
I do. I do like fish and chips. A good malt vinegar and yeah.
Scott wanted to know that.
I do. I do.
Ultra Rock Girl says they have a Mexican sushi place near me called Colchi Town. LOL. It was weary at first, but it's really good and they have many options.
Ah, interesting. Talk about a cool fusion of foods.
Yep.
And what part of the country are you in? I'm just curious where you would find that. Is here anywhere around here? I'm going to want to check that out. Okay. Pasta's doing its thing. Okay, sweep up a little bit here.
She's in California.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. I would go for some Mexican sushi or Hispanic sushi. I'd give it a try, as long as I'm not a big fish guy. So, I could see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give that just another minute. Gotta save some of that liquid gold here. Liquid gold.
Scott told Ultra Rock Girl, I'm in California also, and that screams California, LOL.
That screams California.
Greg Wells is here. Sorry I'm late. I was doing my chores. What's cooking, guys?
Well, that's okay. Good evening, Greg. I'm glad you're here. Or actually, good afternoon for you. Or is it still morning?
I think it's still morning.
Pull it off. I don't want it burning. Save.
Spaghetti carbonara is what he's cooking.
It is. And save some of this pasta water. About a cup. All right, let's make a sauce. Let's make a sauce. Turn that back on. Throw in that pasta water. And I'll throw in the egg yolks, the Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna whisk that out really quick. Okay. Yeah. Need a nice healthy pinch of black pepper here.
Scott says, I can't believe for years I was throwing out all my pasta water and using regular water. I was basically pouring liquid gold down the sink.
Yeah. I don't always keep it. It just depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, absolutely. It has a lot of a nice mouthfeel and a little extra flavor.
Tim said that they found this real nice, authentic Italian restaurant, and they tried it yesterday. The food was so good. They had this 3-cheese baked bread bowl with an amazing garlic, basil, and tomato dipping sauce.
Oh, it does sound good. All right, by golly, we're just like real quick gonna have some food.
Greg says he's doing good. He says, myself and Moby are doing fantastic. The noisy neighbors finally moved out. Best 3 sleeps I've ever had.
That's awesome. That's one thing about our house. Even if we had noisy neighbors, probably wouldn't notice it too much.
No.
It's pretty quiet in here. Well insulated. Okay. Let's get this
Scott says, ooh, I wouldn't keep it for later. I save some pasta water like you to add to my sauce.
Yep. Okay, let me get. Be right with you there, guys. Had to grab something stuff to eat out of. All right. What am I thinking? Plates might be better. Plates might be better just because I want to serve some asparagus too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get you, make sure there's a little bit of that pancetta in there. Come on now. There we go. Some on this plate.
Scott told Greg, wow, that's nice, man. It's so annoying when you have bad neighbors. Yep. And Greg says, Scott, they were that bad that the real estate asked me to help them go.
That's horrible.
Stoner Kitchen says, I love asparagus. Greg says, asparagus?
Asparagus.
I love it too. It's one of my favorite veggies.
Mine as well. Okay. Some salad. Oh boy.
Scott told Greg, I hate bad neighbors. The house next to the fire station I train at smokes so much weed that we feel like we are getting in contact high, and they are like a football field away.
Okay, a couple more.
Tim says we got a new pet member added to the family.
Oh,
A bearded dragon we named Mushu.
cool.
He is a hyper little guy. My cat hasn't taken his eyes off of him.
Yeah, I bet not. All right.
Steve says it's the best vegetable.
Okay.
I have to agree.
So, pretty simple, guys. There's the carbonara. And the asparagus, I'll give this little guy a little pat of butter to throw on them. They're ready to go. And of course, the old cucumber salad. There you go.
Arnold says Andrea just walked by and said, "Ooh, that looks so good."
No, it's gonna be good. Ugh.
Don said, "We moved from the city to the mountains because of the noisy neighbors and traffic congestion. Now we have no upper neighbors and a peace and quiet."
100-year-old windows. Whew. Yeah, we moved from the city area too. I wish I'd have never moved to that city to start with. Let's get a little pat of butter on there. I'll let you do that.
Thank you. I need a towel or something, please. I just spilled a little something. I got one.
Okay.
Pay attention to what's on chat here for a second. Let me see.
Wowzers. It be hot in here.
John says, "Looks awesome and delicious." Great Brulee.
Huh?
John says it looks awesome. And Greg is drooling. Butter on the asparagus. Yum.
All right. And some carbonara here. Some of that pancetta. Yum! That's really, really good. I'm not going to have any problem chowing this plate of food down. I'm telling you what. I'll tell you what. Oh yeah.
That is really good.
So yeah, the cheese. Pancetta, that freshly cracked black pepper. The saltiness from the cheese and the pasta water. I'm not going to need to put any on here. I'll probably put a little on my asparagus, but wow, that's really tasty. All right, dig into this cucumber salad.
Greg says, "Oh my, look at that spaghetti handwork." And Eli says, "Is it better than Frizzolis? Or Fazoli's?"
Well, you know my saying for Frizzolis. Real Italian food served real gross. That is not an establishment I will ever visit again. I don't know, maybe they've changed over the years. Maybe they're better, but somehow I'm not thinking so. There's no other fast food place that was better now than it was before.
Greg must have seen Chumley. He says, "Mmm."
Mm-hmm. He was over here.
And Don says, "When are we going to have, or when are we going to see Cousin Cletus?"
I don't know. Cletus is weird. He'll come around, hang out for a little while, then he'll just leave. Don't say nothing to nobody. I'm not even sure where he is right now. Like I said, he'd just take off. He's a little bit like a dog. Something will catch his attention, he's just gone with it. We'll see about when he comes back. Who knows?
It's really good.
This is really, yeah, this is really good. The pancetta is nice in there.
Greg said, I couldn't see Chumley in that short you did. Was Chumley leading the cows?
No. That actually was a pretty rare occurrence here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because of the highway being shut down. To get 8 miles up the road from where they turn people around down this way, it's a 3.5 hour detour to go around and back to the other side. So they didn't want to truck their cows all that way. It wasn't worth it to them. The expense would be just too much, and so
Because it would take like 3 semis.
yeah, or at least 3 semis and whatnot. So they did bring them in by semi, but up to this ranch that's down the road here, and they just herded them up the highway for a little ways, and then down the railroad track. So for that short while, we had cow train. Cow train stinks.
Scott said my sushi was really hit the spot. I was hungry.
Yay. Yeah, I hear you. I'm pretty hungry too. Been only hitting it 1 meal a day here lately. Trying to lighten the load. And I'm actually making some progress. I'm encouraged to keep doing the same thing.
Greg said, oh, and love how you look after your neighbor. God bless.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're nice people. So that's the way we are here, you know. The neighbors look out for each other. Even the crazy lady that lives across the street from us.
Yep.
You know, if I notice somebody messing with her property or messing with her, I'd, go over there in a minute. So, just the kind of little town we live in. Where folks look after other folks.
Steve said, don't live in Colorado if you have a year to live, LOL.
Don't live in Colorado if you only have a year to live?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I want to know why.
Probably because a long trip around or something.
No. If you plan your trips and you look ahead, you'll see that the highway's closed. And they'll give you an alternate route.
Steve says, takes too long to get places.
It does right now.
There's people that work over there, and they're having to drive around right now.
Yep. There's also a coal mine just up the road here too, and all the workers have to park their car outside of town, just on the other side of where the road washed out. And the mine is, I don't know if they hired service or what, but they got guys in vans driving the workers in and out.
Yep.
So I bet that's a real pain in the butt for them.
And CDOT is taking, talking to people and thinking about doing the same thing with people that live on, or that work in Carbondale. Abandoning them over
Right.
through town so that, or through here so that they don't have to go around.
So that's just how it is, at least for the next several months. For us, I like it personally. I'm really enjoying this because for once we don't have all day long people going through town 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. The speed limit's 25 through here. Hardly anybody goes that fast, and it's really kind of noisy and a little dangerous. So it's nice to have a quiet summer when I can step outside and hear the river instead of semi trucks going by. So it is nice in that regard. Crème Brulee coming.
Greg said, told Steve on the road again. Sing song. And Greg says, told Steve, do you have a year to live?
Well, I guess if you only have a year to live and you're living in Colorado, for the next little while, don't come this way. Or be prepared to spend some of your last year going the long way.
Arnold says, think that would happen when we go up?
No, I told you that I can meet you where they have the road, where they have the highway shut, and you can just follow me in. So you do not have to go the long way down and back up. Just come in the way that you normally would, the short way.
Yep. We already talked to him about it, so.
Yep. All right. Mm-hmm. I knew this plate of pasta was going to disappear pretty easily.
So, Greg asked Steve, do you have a year to live? And Steve said, if I was living there from the stress, yes.
That's one thing about here. I mean, well, I guess it depends on your particular situation. I don't work, so I don't have to worry about getting anywhere in particular. And the highway shut doesn't bother me because I can still get in and out as I please. I got a little pass from the state that that allows local residents just to drive on in, so I could drive that way or this way or
whichever
or whatever, and it's no problem for me because I'm a resident here. So.
Don said they do the same thing. He shoveled snow out of his neighbor's driveway because they are up in age. I always try to pass it on. Our neighbors look out for each other. That's why we moved here.
Yep. Yep. Even when we lived in the city, there was this guy across the street from us. He was a retired sheriff. I think Boulder County Sheriff, but he lived in the house right across the street from us. had an emergency backup generator, because of his oxygen and all that stuff. We had a huge snow on Christmas. And so me and my sons went out and completely cleared the snow from in front of his house. I'm not talking just the sidewalk, I'm talking part of the road too, and his driveway, just in case any kind of emergency equipment needed to show up there, they had a place to go. So that was the first thing we did. Then I cleaned ours.
Greg said, I would love to live in Colorado. Moby would love it, but I would probably need to get a shotgun.
A shotgun? For what?
To protect Moby, I guess. And Eli said, did you know that when Chuck Norris lifts weights, the weights get in shape? Arnold said, sweet, I'm royalty. And Don said that they're in Fraser Park, California.
Fraser Park. Where is that, like in the a little woody? That like what part of the state is that? Just curious. I lived in Hayward for a time. Big hug, Tom. Good job, buddy. I'd pay money for that. That was really good. Absolutely. But I did pay money for it. It's not like I got these groceries for free.
Greg says, I'll get one from the bank when I'm over there opening my bank account.
Man, that was good.
Tim says, I would love to visit Colorado. I'm a huge Broncos fan, so watching a game from there at Mile High Stadium is on the bucket list.
It's too bad that it's not the same. It's not Mile High Stadium anymore, unfortunately. It's in Invesco Field or whatever. And it's impossible. You can't go check it out like you used to be able to, the old Mile High Stadium. There was a couple of Australian guys that were here in America on a work visa, and they just happened to be coming into my pizza place for dinners. After they got off of work, they were working at a ski resort, so it was a working vacation. Anyway, they had also heard of the Broncos and wanted to check out the stadium and whatnot, so we piled in the car and drove the 4.5 hours down to Denver. And we got down to the stadium, walked down, got out of the car and walked over, and the gate was wide open. It was awesome. We were able to walk out onto the field, and they got to take the pictures of a lifetime for them. So that was just perfect timing. That we would go down there and they would have the field open. So they must have been doing groundskeeping or something that day. And we just got there in between the action, I guess. But that was kind of cool. All right, let me go get some dessert out of the...
Scott said we used to call Hayward Hayweird. A lot of crazy stuff happened out there.
Oh, yeah. That is... Hayward is right.
Greg said clean plate award.
Oh, really? Well, maybe not.
Not done?
No, that's all right.
Arnold said, I enjoyed watching old dudes' faces trying to remember the conversations with all of us. Classic. Andrea's aunt and uncle lived in Hayward.
Yeah, Hayward, it was very weird. Oh, it's supposed to be boiling.
Oh.
Sorry, guys, you're not going to see dessert. I'm not going to eat it that way.
Steve told him, Crazy Food Crew, sorry for your loss. Oh well, wanting to live in Colorado.
Yeah. I lived in a few other states and always ended up back here in Colorado. As far as I know, I'm going to stay here, but you never know. You know, I'm never going to say never, right? You never know what will happen.
Don said Lost Padres National Forest, Southern California.
Ah, okay. Southern California, okay. Don't know too much about that part of the state, the southern part. I've only been to the bigger cities down there, like, Los Angeles, Burbank, where else? Because it's all one big freaking city. And then we went as far south as Tijuana many years ago.
Joshua says, how's the weather been out there? Been in the 90s here in Florida?
70s here?
Yep.
Up here. In some of the lower elevations. Been getting up into the 70s and 80s. But pretty comfortable up here so far.
We're supposed to get into the 80s this next week.
Yeah, it's going to start getting hot. When it does that, when we start seeing these hotter days, if it continues like it has been, we'll see afternoon thunderstorms pop up most afternoons and rain for a little while. At least I hope. It would be nice to see that after a pretty serious drought. So we will find out. Still time for dessert? Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's got to go back in that oven. I should have gave it longer. I just should have. But it was starting to get a little browned on the top, and I was getting concerned. And that's what I get.
Arnold says, I want my money back.
Yeah. Tough. There's a sign right there that says all sales are final.
Tim said, I forgot to change the name. I still call it Mile High. Football teams always change names. It's all about the money, not the games.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mile High Stadium was just old and outdated. It needed to be replaced, and they did. And it's had a couple of name changes since they've redid it, but I think it's in Vesco Field now. There was I don't know, they wanted Coors or whatever. Okay, come on, water. Okay, close enough. Boiling water. Back in. Dessert back into the oven.
Tim told Steve, I guess he never visited Ohio. Colorado would be a treat. Scott said, I hate when they change the names of stadiums. Like San Francisco, we had Candlestick Stadium, and now it's like the FedEx Citibank Wells Fargo Arena.
I know. That's right. These other corporations buy it and then want to name it. You know, I'm just glad they didn't. I'm just glad that Anheuser-Busch didn't. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Don said they're about 50 miles north and 5,200 feet.
Okay. We are at 6,200 feet. A few hundred feet higher than Denver, and Denver's miles, so that'd be 5,280. So we're, about 700 feet, 800 feet higher. So right around 6,000, a little more.
Scott says, I'm almost done with my wildland firefighting certification, and we'll be using it soon. I can see huge thunderstorms near us, and once everything dries out, the season will start.
Yep. That's unfortunate that, that's the way it goes. It seems like California over the last few years have had nothing but fires. I'm surprised there's any mountain range or anything left.
Scott said Florida gets crazy thunderstorms. Don't Colorado get a ton? That makes sense.
We do.
Or didn't Colorado get a ton? That makes sense.
Yeah, it depends on the year, really. I mean, these last few years have been really, really dry, and go for weeks and weeks without rain. Yeah. So it's nice to see we had a really close to some really record snowfalls here in the state, and that really is going to help build that water table back up, because it wasn't good, not good at all. My dessert.
Steve said Colorado is a beautiful state from what I see and hear. I'm referring to the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched football or the Broncos in 10 years, so there's no regular TV reception here. We're in a mountain valley, and the only way you're going to get television is through satellite dish. I'm not going to pay for satellite dish. They say, we get 158 channels. Well, that may be so, but I'm only going to watch like maybe 5 or 6 of them, and I'm not going to pay that much money to watch that few channels. It's just not going to happen. So a lot of YouTube. Roku TVs have a lot of free channels. Just about as good as regular TV, I guess. I don't know. But so sports, that's just one thing we just never get.
Travis wants to know, what's the best restaurant in Colorado in your opinion?
The best restaurant in Colorado? Oh, I haven't got the slightest idea. There are so many different types of food and whatnot to pick one out of all the others. I mean, I couldn't possibly do that. Yeah. Some have a bigger name than others, but that's about as far as I'm going to take that.
Eli said,
Old Guy's Restaurant.
there are wildfires raging now in Alberta, Canada.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. It's too soon for that stuff. Too soon in the season.
Scott says, I didn't know Colorado got a lot of thunderstorms.
They do. They can. It just depends, like I said, on the year. A lot of times on a regular year, what I would call a regular year, you see thunderstorms crop up around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Rain real good for about a half an hour, maybe an hour, and then stop. Maybe come back out for a while. Other times it'll rain all night. Just kind of depends.
Don said they still get a ton of snow during the winter. We got 2 inches a week ago.
Dang. Yeah, I forget what we got here in town this year. I started adding it up, and then I kind of lost track after once we got to about 8 feet. Now, not all at once. It was just total accumulation. Now, not far from here, the Grand Mesa, they got I think 66 feet or 62 feet of snow this year. Some other places were, over 100 feet of snow. That's why we're having a really big runoff.
Lisa says, well, Mississippi and Louisiana suck.
Well, I'm not going to argue that because no, I can't say that. I've never been. Well, I've been to Louisiana, but it was, a pretty short little thing. So, but
Travis says he loves the old guy shorts videos.
The old guy shorts. Thanks. I like doing them. Some are definitely funner than others. But I haven't tried to do a burger short. There was one that I tried there was a short that I did, and I'm not sure what happened to it. It never made it into my computer to edit. But not too long ago, I went to Taco Bell and I did a 2-bite taco. I ate a Taco Bell taco in 2 bites. And I was going to try that again, only with a Taco Bell bean burrito in 2 bites. And
Come here,
I'm not going to tell you what happened because maybe I'll try it again.
Chum chum.
And I'll probably have the same results. So, but yeah, I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared.
Eli says we don't get rain, we get hababs.
Haboobs? Yeah, habu. They're dust storms.
And Scott says they're insane.
Yep. Just see a big wall of dust coming at you. Time to go inside, folks. Wow, this is old guy.
I ate it all. I was hungry.
Yeah, clean your plate. I haven't seen you eat that like that for a little while. I was hungry too.
Not good.
Yeah, it was good, and we were hungry. We worked getting stuff going all day, and nice to have a satisfying meal.
Craig says, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Craig says he has to go put some washing on the line. Take care, everyone.
Greg, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us on your Sunday morning. I hope you have a great Sunday, and hopefully I'll see you next week. So, thanks for popping in. Oh boy, my nose itches. Stop.
Don says we need the runoff for the wells that we depend on for water.
We got our little town water board, which I'm a member of, but up until last year or a year before, 3 years ago, don't remember now, the coal mine supplied the town with water, and the coal mine closed down, and so then there was several years of back and forth litigation between the town or the water board, because all the members, all the people that live here are members essentially of the water board, or a water district. And as a water board, it took a lot of litigation to finally come to a decent contract with the mine to turn over ownership of the water treatment plant and everything. And everything was way outdated, and it's taken the water board, and especially the effort of a couple of really great people to get about $500,000 worth of grants to fix and upgrade the current water system. The water treatment plant and everything is up to par. It's 100%. It's almost like new. But the infrastructure now, what's in town, is really old and antiquated and seriously needs to be done. But there's another whole thing going in with that. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah. So
Arnold says I'm fixing to go eat. Bye, family.
okay, Arnold, thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you next weekend. You and Andrea, you have no idea. So thanks for coming in. I'll see you guys next weekend. All
Greg
right.
says have a great week, everyone. Much love to you all.
There's Does.
Greg.
Greg? Yes. Greg? Salute! Don't get wrapped up too much in your laundry now.
Travis says grocery store prices are outrageous. $200 worth barely gets anything.
Oh, I know. It is ridiculous. Some things prices are starting to improve. But yeah, for the most part, groceries have two prices: expensive and just outrageous. Eggs.
Yep. Scott told Travis it's getting to the point that eating out at a healthy restaurant costs as much as making your own food.
Oh, it costs way more than just making it yourself. A good example of that is breakfast. For the same amount of money that you would spend for one breakfast, I could buy the stuff and eat breakfast all week. It's just unbelievable. You know, for 2 eggs, a little pile of hash brown potatoes, and a couple of pieces of bacon, maybe some toast if you're lucky, $13. $13! That's ridiculous. There's one place that has a breakfast for $9.95, but it doesn't come with any meat. Just your eggs and hash browns and toast. It's just ridiculous. What?
Steve says, I get you have a good memorial celebration.
Well, thank you. I hope you have a good memorial celebration as well.
Eli said gas is back up to the $5 there.
Eli, that sucks. That gas has actually started to go down a little bit here, which is nice, but I don't expect to see it last. But ever since, it just, things are really weird. Gas prices are weird. Everything's weird.
Lisa's taken off.
Well, Lisa, thank you for hanging out with old guy. You know, I'm sure you could probably find something better to do on a Saturday night. So I'm really glad that you spent it hanging out with old guy. I really do. Thank you. And I guess, yeah, it is that time. No, it's not that time.
Steve says much more food as well as the factor of the leftovers for cooking at home.
Yep. True that.
Scott said one of the biggest wastes of money is coffee, and a Starbucks might cost you $8 or $9, and if you brew it yourself, it's like 25 cents.
Yep.
That's exactly right. And I drink too much coffee to pay that much.
Yeah, I've never set foot in a Starbucks. I probably never will. I've never saw the draw to it, and I've never seen reason to pay more than absolutely necessary for a stinking cup of coffee.
Don wants to know any tips on removing old shrubs?
Old shrubs? Are they living or are they dead? That's the first question.
Stoner Kitchen says Folgers.
Folgers, yep.
The best.
That's what we drink all the time. Mrs. Olson, it's mountain grown.
Steve says one of the greediest companies out there, 100%. Starbucks.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Frappe. Frappe. That just sounds like something you see a doctor for. Now, are the bush, are they alive or are they dead? I need to know that. It'll help with my decision on what advice I think I can lend, if any. No? Yes? I'm looking in there.
Not yet. No entry.
No?
No,
Come
no
on
entry.
now. Don't let this old guy down.
Tim said gas is about $4 a gallon here in Ohio. I just went to the Wendy's for Nate, and it was like $16 for a combo meal. Large, ridiculous. Because it was a double instead of a single patty.
Wow. That's terrible. Yeah, that's when I realized after getting my dogs a burger patty at a couple different places that Sonic for $1 gives you, it's dang near a 1/3 pound burger. It's at least a 1/4 pound patty for that $1. Buy a junior burger plus a doggy patty, you got yourself a double for about $1 for like $2.50.
Scott said a lot of people buy coffee every day. That's like $250, $300 a month. So much money. That's almost rent.
Oh, I know. I know. It's ridiculous. Well, it's a waste. Just like for me, as far as I'm concerned, fireworks at 4th of July. Absolute waste of money.
Yep. Don says living bush.
They're living bushes. Okay. Boiling hot water to start with. As many gallons as you can boil up. Pour them at the base of that bush and do it like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. What that boiling, the water will definitely kill that bush, and once you give it just a short time, it should come out pretty easily because the roots and everything are just gonna die pretty easily, pretty quickly, and dry out. So that's one way of at least making sure that you kill it and it's gone in a prompt manner, at least as far as that goes. Do that today, and by Monday, that bush will be one dead plant. That's what we do to get rid of wild rose bushes coming up in our yard. It kills the grass right around it to start with, but the grass grows back, but the wild rose bush won't, at least not right there. We're chasing them around the yard. They're hard to kill.
Scott said if I had my dog in the car, I couldn't drive near an In-N-Out burger or he would start crying.
Yeah, when we go to a drive up, wherever, the dogs expect a treat because when we go to the bank, the tellers always put a dog treat
Yep.
in there for them. And now, so when it's all the same drive-up window to them. So when we go to Taco Bell or whatever, they want that. They're looking for that treat.
Eli said a rare kitty sighting, and McGill says, "Was that a cat?" Oh,
Yes, that was a cat. She's not doing too good. She's not gonna be around too much longer. She's got some issues. But,
sadly.
yeah, but you know, the vets has said that she's okay. I mean, she's gonna die. There's no question of it. But she's reasonably comfortable, so we decided not to put her to sleep. She'll just kind of go natural like. So.
Steve says, "I like how Starbucks tries to lure you in with a free plastic cap with whipped cream in it for your dogs that probably cost as much as the coffee itself."
Probably. That's another cool thing about Sonic is they got 2 different kinds of WAG cups, I think they call them.
Yep.
You can get one that's ice cream, or they have another WAG cup that's just a cup of whipped cream. So.
Travis said, "Cute kitty, what's her name?"
Her name is Missy. Missy Kitty. She was a good mouser. You know, she was mountain kitty. You know, she's had a rough life. She's been in a few scraps in her time. You know, for a small cat, she sure could hold her own.
Scott said, "Fireworks can be a waste, but I buy them. I throw a block party every year and set off fireworks, but I get everyone coming. Pitches in $20, and I make a pretty good show."
Good. Well, that's, you know, something like that's kind of a different deal. If you've got other folks that are willing to pitch in and you make it a big thing for, like you said, for a block party.
Yep, he brings food and drinks.
Yeah, that's, you know, then that kind of becomes worth it. You know, we did a block party one 4th of July. I got a half a barrel of root beer, and that was a big thing for the first part of the day. Is root beer floats for everybody. That was a good time. That was a good party.
Dawn said, "Thanks, Tom. It's an old bush."
Ah.
Steve said, "Sorry to hear that." And Eli said, here during the summer, Sonic's cherry limeade hits different. So good.
Okay.
And Travis loves Sonic.
Yeah, I like Sonic too. I suppose in order of favorite fast food burgers, it's gonna go Burger King Sonic. I just like the flavor of the Burger King meat, but yeah, other than that, Sonic is it all the way. They have, I guess it's a better value for the money. If you're going to spend $6 or $7 on a burger, fast food burger, Sonic actually gives you something that's going to at least, you know, should mostly fill you up. That's $6 at McDonald's is going to just buy you some disappointment. Like their last BLT burger thing. What a joke. What a waste.
Scott told Eli that hot dogs on a stick has an amazing cherry and strawberry lemonade.
Hot dog on a stick. Cherry lemonade and cherry limeade, yummy.
Cherry and strawberry lemonade.
Well, guys, I guess I'm gonna wrap this one up. You know, it's still gonna be a while for that creme brulee to come out. So, there's really no point in waiting for that. So, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I believe it's going to be like somewhere around the 14th. But, there'll be a notice, and, you'll see the little Facebook notice or YouTube notice there. And what do we have coming up then?
Eli says, real quick, Dairy Queen's flamethrower burger is underrated. Like Burger King, you can taste some char, and the spice sauce is good.
Yeah, I wish there was a Dairy Queen that cooked burgers on this side of the state, but there's not.
Spicy pulled pork?
Spicy pulled pork. There we have it. So, in 3 weeks' time, spicy pulled pork. And that one's from Natalie, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. So, Natalie's request in about 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. As always, this is really the highlight of my week. I look forward to it. I look forward to cooking these meals. You guys are like family, so, and some of you actually are. So I really appreciate everybody hanging out with Old Guy on Saturday night, especially nicer weather outside. There's probably better things you could do. So I really appreciate it. I will see you in a couple of weeks or so. And in the meantime, please get out and help your neighbors, help your community in some way, okay? I'm going to get out of here. Bye, everybody.
Scott said, have a nice break, Tom. Great stream as always. Eli said, have a great weekend.